2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. All right, so you have your pillow, your cushion, or your pad, or you can even have one of these bags. That's okay. What I want to see you do is go into a fighting stance behind it. So I'm in a fighting stance, and I'm going to always move in relation to the pad. So the pad's over here, and I want to go this way. It's almost like I'm sparring, and this is the person. This is the person, so I'm always going to be facing him. Got it? Pad on the ground, hands are up, and begin to move. Forward, back, left, right, circles. Let me see those hands up as you do it. Hands up a little higher. Tuck your chins. There you go. Good. Elbows in. Hands up, JD. A little higher, a little higher. There you go. Good. And remember, you're always facing that one direction. Nice. Vic, you're keeping your legs apart. Great job. That's great. Awesome. And your back heels up. Sandra, elbows in a little bit more. And have your hands kind of like at a 45-degree angle rather than like facing me. A 45. Yeah, 45, 45. Like you want to make a V kind of. Almost. There you go. Good. Looking better. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now, if this is a person, like it is, what I want to see you do is don't go on your knees like me. I'm just trying to fit into the camera here. What I want to see you do is, so you're moving around, and now just add on straight punches. So you're sparring, and you add on straight punches as you're moving. This is the person. I'm turning my body as I punch. Just striking only straight punches. Think about pivoting. Think about your hands up. Ready, get set, go. So move around the pad, tuck your chin. Couple things to remember. I want to see you always have one shoulder go in front if you're punching. So that means if you're throwing your jab, make sure you really shoot out your left hand so your jab goes in front. If you're doing your right, you're really pivoting and bringing it back. That's it, good. Using your hip, nice. And sometimes go the other direction. The other direction is an uncomfortable direction sometimes for us, but we have to move around. If we're sparring, we're always gonna have to move around and switch up directions, especially if you're smaller. You have to do that a lot. If you're bigger, then you can probably just take charge and keep going forward. Good, tuck your chin. Think about your hands coming back to your eyebrows. Nice, good, Bob. Nice tucking of your chin, I like that, good. 3 more seconds, 2, 1, time. Good, let's face forward for a second. Hands are up, elbows are in. And we're gonna throw 1 through 4 without the hook and the uppercut, just straight punches. Ready, and 1, punch. 1, punch. All the way out. Now, when you do this, yourself is like a mirror right here, right? So if I'm doing a punch, I'm looking at the mirror. Oh, I dropped this hand while I punch. That's not good. So I gotta keep it up. Keep it there. Think about, and that way you get better, and it's not just the same punch over and over again. Here we go. Fighting stance. Tuck your chin. Turtle. That's what we call it. Ready again. 1. Pop it out. 1, 2, 2. Bob, don't turn your eyes as you're throwing your second punch. Keep it right in front of you. 2. Pop, pop. Good. 1. 1. 3. Nice. 3. Pop, pop, pop. Try not to have, Josh, try not to have a lag in between the 2 and the 1 for a 3. So instead of going pop, 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 have it go. All right? Ready, and 3. Pop, pop, pop. There. 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Good. 4. As you punch, JD, make sure your head is always buried. 4. Good. Let's throw a hook punch now. Just a hook. Ready, and hook. Hook. Good. Right back. Hook. Love it. Hook. Awesome. Let's throw an uppercut. We're not going to drop our hand as we throw it, right from our shoulder and our hip. Ready, and uppercut. Go. 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 As you do this, Sandra, use your left hand for this, Sandra. Your back hand, not your front hand. Let's try to get ready, and go. Go. Good, Bob. Watch your eyes again. Always keep it in front. Try to not break contact, because when you go like this, then all of a sudden you don't see the person who's hitting you. Ready, and go. Go. Much better. Go. Good. Uppercut. I'm seeing some people have their fists like this at the end. Remember, at the end of an uppercut, it wants to be like this. So a full rotation. Easy way to remember is if I take my elbow and I bring it across my body, so I really get a good turning. If I don't bring my elbow across, you're gonna find that you're gonna keep your fist like this. Ready, and just the uppercut. Go. Go. Josh, that's so much better. Go. Nice. Go. Excellent, JD. Keep your eyes over here. Especially don't go like that. All right, let's throw a hook, uppercut. So now you got to remember both things. Ready, and go. Hook, bring it back, uppercut. And go. Hook, uppercut. Go. Hook, uppercut. Good. Go. Vic, you got nice rotation of your hips there. Go. Good. One more. Elbows in. Go. Great. And Sandra, just don't drop your hand all the way for that uppercut. Right from your cheekbone. Pop. All right, let's go left, right hook, uppercut. Ready. And 1. Right hook, uppercut. Nice. 2. Pop, 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 pop. 3. Pop, 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 pop. So it's even rhythm. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I throw my hook, I'm not doing this, punching past my face. Remember, the target's right here. This is the target. So the straight punches have to go here. The hook has to go here. And the uppercut has to go here. So if you're punching and it's winding up over there, or if you're throwing an uppercut and it's winding up over here, then you're not staying in this focus mitt target. Remember how we were used to the focus mitts? So let's try to keep up with that straight ahead. So especially as I throw my hook, I'm not going out all the way over here. So 1, 2, tight, tight. 1, 2, tight, tight. Let's try it again. Ready? And 4. Pop, 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 pop. Great. 4. Pop, 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 pop. Excellent. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's get it faster. Go. Excellent. 2. Pop, pop. 2. 2. Make sure you're breathing out. 1. And you really rotate your hip back. When I throw my jab, I'm going to pull my jab back from my hip. Pull it. So I throw my jab and I'm going to pull it back from my hip. Yep. And go. Jab. That's the jab. Good. 1. 1. 2. That's it, Bob. Nice. 2. 3. 3. 4. Good. 4. Excellent. Move around the pad now. So you got your pad. Remember, we're not hitting it, but you're working on at different angles when you're not looking in the mirror. So if I'm throwing my jab, I'm thinking about pulling back my hip. If I'm throwing my right, I'm making sure it's not going over there. My hook isn't going over here. This is my target, and this is where I'm hitting. Pop, 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 pop. All right, moving around, shadow boxing. And go. So now we're adding in the hooks and the uppercuts. And the only way you get better is if you don't fall into the same habits again, right? So if we were talking about your eyes and keeping them in front, you're working on doing that right now. Jen, you're really doing great, Jen. Nice. And just bring your hook back a little faster, Jen, so pull it back from your hip. So your hip is really, really instrumental in all your punches. The hip rotation, but then also the recoil, right? And the recoil is where you're going to get a lot of that pull back from the punch to make them crisp and clean, and they'll come back a lot faster. Josh, keep those hands up. So with your right hand, it's dropping when you're throwing your left. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, let's go on our back. Let's do some sit-ups. Yay! What was that, excitement? I see it. I see it, everyone. And go. 1 minute. 1 minute of sit-ups. So you want to try to get 60 in there, whatever it is. Here, I'll adjust it so you can watch me suffer with you guys. All right. Try to keep going. I'm on 5 and I'm dying. Just kidding. Come on. Try to go quickly as you do these. Another 40 seconds. Keep it up, guys. Great. If you want a challenge now, lift your legs off the ground and do a sit-up like that. So my legs are off the ground and I sit up and down, up and down, up and down. Go, go, go. Last 10 seconds. 9, good. Excellent. 8. Hey, Vic, your head's not moving anywhere. Come on. There you go. Good. 5. Josh could just be laying on his back for all I know. 4. Same with Bob. 3. Oh, light came on in Jin's house. 2, 1, time. All right. How many did you guys get? I wasn't counting. Was I supposed to count? I got about 50 before I stopped and watched you guys, so. All right, very nice. How many did you do?
70.
70, my man. And you've already done a lot today too, huh? Class number 10. I love it. All right, great. Let's put our pad on the ground. We do a lot of ground and pound, as you know, because we don't really have anyone to hold a pad for us, so it's kind of our option right now. So we do a lot of ground and pound. I don't know how much of you guys work with knees though on the pad, if you do a lot of knees. So when you're doing ground and pound, you can also do knees. So we have the punches, right? We have the palm-heels, we have elbows going down. You could also take your hands, put it on the ground, move back a little bit, put it on the ground, lift up your knee and go straight down into the pad, like that. Knee up and down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 5 with the right leg, 5 with the left. We're hitting with our kneecap. If you have any injuries, don't worry about it. You can just do your hands, whatever. All right, here we go. Ready, hands on the ground, not on the pad. Go onto one kneecap, and then the other one comes up high off the ground, and 1, strike down. 2, strike down. 3, good. 4, nice. 5, switch to the other side. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, try to get it strong, lift it high. 5, good. At the end of it, you want to have that power hip pop, right? Now we're going to do 10 seconds nonstop, either leg. Ready? Just go crazy on it. Get set and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, that's it. 6, good. 5, hit it. 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, coming up in a fighting stance. Good, so this is our pad, of course. We're going to take our knee now and drop it and drive it down on the pad. If you have any knee issues and you would prefer instead to do a stomp, you can do that, okay? I totally get it. All right, here we go. Moving around, fighting stance. You're hitting with your knee. Ready, and go. I don't care which leg, just drive down. Good. Now you don't have to go onto your hands to do this. You can just lift up and drive down like that without even putting your hands on the ground. Ready, and fighting stance, move around, move around. That's your sparring partner or the person you just beat up and they're laying on the ground and you're giving them that final goodbye present, and go. Drop down and go. Good. So you're launching your whole body into the strike from a standing position. And go. Launch down. Good. JD, that was so fast I didn't even see you go down, I swear. And go. Go, go, go. Good. And drive it right back up. Nice, Jen. Good. 2 more times. Go. Excellent. Last one. Go. Awesome. All right. And time. Good. Have a seat. Let's do a little stretching. We're going to be working a lot on kicks today. Put your feet in together over here and chest all the way down. And Anthony can't be with us today, but he will be with you on Monday. One leg out, one leg in, and chest down. Now we talked about a curriculum today, and he said that he hasn't done a lot of kicks with you guys, so that's what we're going to be working on. Good. Switch to the other leg. One leg out, one leg in, and stretch it down. 5 seconds. 4. If you do a little bit of stretching every day, you're going to be that much better. And both legs straight out, but you want to kind of stretch warm. You don't want to stretch cold. So you don't have to be totally warmed up, but it's nice to be warmed up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Take one leg, cross it over, and take your knee and bring it to that opposite shoulder. So see, this is my opposite leg. I'm going to be bringing it to my shoulder like that. So I'm stretching out my glutes. Good. Excellent. This will be good for the side kicks and such. And switch it to the other side. And bring and press. Awesome. And a lot of times you want to stretch out your calves too. Krav Maga, we do a lot of kind of explosive movements, which really use a lot of our calf muscles as a kind of fast twitch. So because of that, we want to make sure that we don't ever pull our calf muscles. All right, let's open up to some sort of a split. whatever you can do. I have a challenge going on with the kids that I'm teaching that I got to get a split back before we open it up, and I am close, but I'm not there yet. But every day I'm closer. So, but when I started, I was not like this when quarantine started. I can tell you that much. 5 seconds, 4, you should be hurting, right? But it's, well, okay, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm not gonna lie, but it should be like terrible. 3, 2, 1, good. And time slowly, shake out your legs a little bit. And come on up. Great. And then after the kicks, we're gonna be working on some defenses for the kicks, which should be good and a lot of fun. So if you have a lot of time to train at home, which I'm sure you do, some of the really great things that you can do to help yourself become a little bit more, I don't want to say athletic, but a little bit more limber, especially with your hip muscles, is working on warming up your hip muscles. So if you hit the bag, like sometimes you do the boss routine with Steve in the morning, if you hit the bag, sometimes before starting, just give like 5 knees in the morning properly, like that. You can give 5 rotations of your hip, like this, each side, and it'll just start loosening everything up, and it will also make your kicks that much snappier, and it's not gonna feel like you're really gonna hurt yourself. You can also do the other side too. So I went from inside to out. You can go outside to in. We'll do those before we do those kicks, which would be the inside slap kick, the outside slap kick, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's get into a fighting stance. Hands are up. Everyone should have their correct leg in the back. I think we have 2 lefties here, right? Raise your hand, lefties. Yeah, that's what I thought, 2 lefties. So it doesn't matter what leg I go, we'll just switch our legs. All right, so now we're just gonna do 5 knees together with your right leg. Make sure you lean back as you throw it. And actually, just so you guys know, it's not that you're leaning back, it's that you're sending your hip forward. So by sending your hip forward, you're causing your body to lean backwards. Sometimes people say, I wanna lean back. Well, that just pull me out and away. Instead, I wanna lean forward, send my hip forward, which will cause me to lean back. So if you kind of shift your mindset, you might get a stronger knee there. Ready? Fighting stance, hands are up. And 1, knee, good. 2, 3, strike, good. 4, strike, 5. And I land with my back heel up. Great job. Now, also when you do this, we're gonna switch and do this on the other side. I want you to think about popping your hip. So I'm not just lifting my knee up, there's gonna be a little bit of right here, right when I would grab the pad and pull it in, you know that pop that you always feel as you're pulling something in and snapping? Here I wanna do the strike part. So don't just lift your knee up nice and slow and land in the back, have a strike in there. All right, here we go. Hands up, ready, and 1, strike. Good, landing with my hands up. 2, strike. 3, strike, good. 4, strike, that's it. 5, strike, and the reason why I'm bringing my hands down is because that's what I would be doing. I'm pulling my target into the knee strike. Now I switched my legs. You don't have to. You could have done a step and a knee, or you could have switched your legs and done your knee. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. All right, let's throw a front kick now. Front kick to a vertical target. I'm just gonna go sideways so you can see it. You can have a couple different heights. Because I'm short, I almost always have to throw a high kick because that's somebody else's belly button rather than their face. But when you do this, make sure you also have a push out as you kick. Push it out. Here we go, toes are up. And 1, push out. 2, hands stay up. Good. 3, and you should be feeling this in your thigh. 4, feeling my thigh. Good. 5, and if you feel off balance, fix it so you don't feel off balance. You shouldn't feel like you're falling all over the place. All right, let's switch to the other side, or if you want, step and go, whichever you feel more comfortable with. Ready, and 1, step, go. Good. 2, step, go. 3, step, go. Hands up. 4, step, go. 1 more. 5, step, go. Good. The step and go is to give more power. So in order to give more power, that hip has to wind up in the back, if you think about it. So my hip is in the front here. If I want to kick with this leg, when I do my step, this hip wants to be behind this hip. If I step so it's even, I did not give myself more power, okay? Because now when you step, you're making it into a back leg kick, which is going to naturally be stronger. All right, let's switch. We're gonna do a roundhouse kick now. So with a roundhouse kick, you can either go low, You can go medium, you can go high. We're gonna start off with low, then we're gonna go medium, then we're gonna go high. So make sure you pivot. If you don't pivot, you're gonna put a lot of strain on your knee. Hands are up, elbows are in, good. Let's go low, ready, and 1. Low, good, and land in the back. Good, 2, kick. And you're driving down. 3, kick. Drive it down, good. Now let's go medium, and go. Medium, that's it. Go. Medium, nice. Go. Medium. All right, now let's go high, all right? The highest one you have without hurting yourself. And go. Someone's head, that's it. Go. Nice. Go. Terrific, all right. Let's switch to the other side. So, a lot of times we'll do a step again. Your left hip has, or your right hip has to wind up in the back when you do this. If you do a switch kick, it's the exact same thing. You're landing with your hip in the back before you throw, so that way you have optimal power. Here we go. Ready, going low now. And 1, low. Strike and turn. 2, low. 3, going right in. Nice. Let's go medium height now. Ready, and 1, medium height. Good. Nice, Sandra. 2, medium height. 3, good. Let's go high now, as high as you can without hurting yourself. Don't hurt yourself. And start so that your shoulders, right, are facing forward. You don't want to start sideways because now I just have to bring them all the way this way in order to go that way. Ready, and 1. Beautiful. 2. That's it. 3. Great, awesome. Stay right there. I just want to get a chair. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. So the reason why I want to get this, not that you guys need to get a chair, but I want to get this because this is good training tool for you. You are home, you have plenty of time, you probably have plenty of chairs. If you need balance, work on just bringing up your knee like that. And then throwing the kick like that. Practicing that. So then that way you get better. Yes, Sandra, exactly. That already looked like a better kick. And then through muscle memory. So maybe one time I am holding onto the chair to throw with a full pivot. Maybe then the next kick I don't. And my muscles struggle and try to remember. Maybe I do 5 with both hands on like this, right? Maybe I do 5 without then, which is of course way harder, okay? But this is a really great tool. And I used to do this with the kids a lot. With the adults, we just do a lot more hitting. But this is really, really great, especially to refine how much you look. All right, now, one more kick you can do with the chair. You can do a side kick. So when you have this pad over here, the chair, I have both hands on it. I can lift up my knee and just kind of throw it behind you. I don't have to go in front, which would be harder, but I can go behind like this for working on this kind of pushing motion. That pushing motion, because that's hard to do. See, I already dropped my leg. It's hard to do without holding on to something. So you will get better and use your hip if you do that. So incorporate a chair into your daily routine. All right, let's go into a fighting stance now. I'm going to throw a step back, step side kick. Step back, step side kick is going to go straight in. So that means, or an advancing side kick, sorry. That means you're going to take your front leg, step behind so you have your hip ready, and you're pushing out versus snapping from my knee, which would be a Rana's kick. Here we go. Ready, and 1, step behind, push out. Good. Ready. 2, step behind, push out. 3, step behind, so my heel is actually facing, right? My heel is facing my target, push out. Ready, and 4, step behind, push. Good. One more. 5, step behind, push. Way harder to just lift up your leg and do a side kick without an advance, but let's try that. As you do that, you're going to have to pivot on this foot. Here we go. Ready, and go. So this is off my front leg. I'm pushing. Push out. Go. Push out. Go. Push out. Nice. One more. Go. push out. Great. Let's switch it to the other side. I know you can't see my face right now, but it's more important to see my feet at the moment. Ready, and step. So see my step, it didn't go towards you. It went a little bit forward, but it really went that way. I'm stepping here. So now I have a clear step behind for me to be able to throw that really strong push. If I don't do that, you're gonna feel, if I'm just standing like this, you're gonna feel like it's hard to push out with your hip. So the more you step behind and the more you're turned with your back to the target, the better it is for you. All right, here we go. And one, step, step behind, kick. Great. Two, step, step behind, kick. That's it. Try not to snap, push it out. Three, step, step behind, kick. Four, step, step behind, kick. We got one more. Five, step, step behind, kick. Great. Excellent. Now, let's work on an inside and an outside slap kick. So, outside is not my favorite. I'm sorry, inside is not my favorite. Outside is way easier, but whatever, doesn't really matter. So remember how I talked about bringing up your knee and coming like this around? That's what we're just going to do first. We're going to warm up our hips so that we don't injure ourselves. Have you guys done this before? Raise your hand if you had. JD and Jen, this is like a crescent kick, so I know you guys have. Raise your hand if you've never done this. All right, so we'll start, oh, you've done this, Sandra? Great. Okay, so we'll start really from the beginning here. What I want to see you do is bring up your knee going this way and bring it that way. Knee up and across. There you go. Knee up and across. Excellent. Knee up and across. Just practice that a couple times. Up and across. Up and across. Good. One more. Up and across. Great. Now, instead of just going up and across, what I want to see you do at the end is have this kind of snap in there. So it's always going to be faster on the way down than it is on the way up. So I'm coming up, and then I go snap. Up, snap. So this is the power of the hip at the end. Right as you make that impact, that's where it comes from. Up, snap. Good. Up, snap. Excellent. Couple more times. Up, snap. Good. One more. Great. Let's switch and try that on the other side. You can just switch your feet rather than doing a step in front, especially as we're starting to learn it. Ready, and bringing up, knee up and around. Try not to turn your body so much because it's just going to be harder for you to come back again. So instead you want to bring your knee up and across with your shoulders almost even. Up and then snap. You can start to get a snap in there if you feel more comfortable with throwing the kick. Good. Couple more. Couple more. Try not to drop your hands. Awesome, good. Now let's switch back. We're gonna throw the actual kick. Let me put this a little higher here. So, as I throw the kick, it's the same hip rotation, but at the end I have to extend my leg and come across the face. So your knee comes up and across like that. I'm hitting with this part of my foot, like your pinky bone area side. So it's gonna come across. My foot will look like this coming across. So, knee up, kick. Let's try 5 of them. Try not to turn your shoulders so much. You'll feel it a little bit more in your back than if you do. All right, ready, and 1, knee up, snap it through. Beautiful. 2, knee up, snap through. 3, knee up, snap through. Great. 4, try to go a little stronger at the end. Nice. 1 more, 5. Awesome. Switch it to the other side. Ready, and 1, knee up, snap through. Good. Hands are still up. 2, knee up, snap through. 3, good, and 4, up, 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 hard, fast out there. Good, 1 more, 5, up, 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 bam. Very nice, good. So that's called an outside slap kick. There's also the inside slap kick, which goes directly the other way. So this one, you're going this way to throw. So it's like I'm sparring with you. My opponent is my face right now, and I just come right across, and I hit my face. The other one was going this way. I'm not going to count out for the inside slap kick, but just try 3 on each side. So you're going from this direction, and then you're bringing your foot that way, okay? Outside to inside. Ready, and go by yourselves. Coming across, nice. By yourselves, good. Might be a little easier if you take the foot that's going to be on the ground and you turn it a little. So that's going to help your hips open up. I turn it almost like a roundhouse kick. I can do that. And that way when I follow up, I have space. Rather than here, I don't have as much space to come through with my hips. So I can turn it and come through like that. A couple more. And let's switch it to the other side. And go for it. So remember, you can turn your foot. Every once in a while, you might throw a kick and not feel good about that one. I just did. Right? So it's not just sometimes. It happens all the time. 5 more seconds. Good. And time. Great job. All right. So those are just a couple more kicks to add to your toolbox. So when you're kicking and when you're sparring with people, you can add those in. Now let's work on the defenses for a lot of this stuff. So what would we do for a defense for a front kick or a side kick? Good. You can do this defense. This is if it's high. What else can you do? You can block it if it's low. Yeah, exactly, for the groin kicks. How about for a medium kick? What would you do for a medium kick? Does anyone know? We would do what's called a plucking defense. A plucking defense. So that means a kick comes straight in, and I would reach out with my hand, and we call it a pluck because we're using our hands like this. And I would go to the outside of their leg, pull, and I'd pluck through like that. So if I were to throw a kick at you, my leg would wind up over there because you want it to go to the outside of my body. Exactly. That's it, Josh. And you pull it right through like that. So we have a couple different ones. Let's start off with just the high one. Okay? High one coming right across. Fighting stance. Hands are up. Let me watch a little bit, and then I'll start kicking you as best as I can. Ready? And 1. There you go. Try to use your front hand because it'll be a little closer to the target, right? And 1. 1. 1. Great. Now remember, when you do this, this part of the defense is super important. If you don't really twist your hand, like for a light bulb, it's not going to be as rotational as you want it to be. And the kick is really not going to fly off of you. Instead, it'll be more of a chop or a block or a stop. And what you're really trying to do is just rotate and get it off fast. So try it again with a little bit more rotation. Do this fast. Ready? And go. Beautiful. Go. Go. Excellent. Fighting stance. Here come my kicks. Got to block them. Ready? And good. You don't have to switch hands if I use the other leg, because when you're in a fighting stance, one arm is always in the front. So that one will always have a better chance of getting there. If you do switch hands, it's no big deal. You wind up on their outside, which is great, a great position to be in, but it really isn't a big deal. Okay, let's move on now to the plucking defense. Now, for a lot of you haven't done this one. So I'll do right first, and then I'll do it lefty. So hands are up. So what we're going to do is reach out. See how my palm is facing, yep, the outside there. And then I'm gonna reach out and then pull it to my hip as I do it. It's almost like I'm doggy paddling, kind of like that, but it's still a pluck. So there's that motion too. So as I do it now, I'm gonna burst in. So it's going to reach out, burst in and pull it forward. Reach out, burst in and pull it forward. There you go, good. So I'm reaching across my body so I don't miss the kick, right? I don't want to reach here because I might miss the kick. They might have kicked over here. So I want to go all the way past my body and then pull it to that hip, that opposite hip. Let's do it together. Ready? And 1. Good. 2. Excellent. 3. Good. 4. Use your other hand there, JD. Don't switch your legs up. 5. That's it. Good. Excellent. And at the end of it, make sure it really is like a pull over there. All right. Now, when we do the other side, so if I'm in a fighting stance, so I'm using my right hand, I just use my right hand, I might sometimes have to use my left hand to go through. And notice how I'm winding up a little bit to the side of the camera. because I'm not going straight ahead. Why? The person's there and the kick's there. So I'm using this to redirect myself a little to the side. All right, let's try it with the other hand. Ready? And 1. Great. 2. That's it. 3. Good. 4. Beautiful. One more. 5. Awesome. Excellent. So now we did this one. We've done the plucking defense. Now, what do you do for a roundhouse kick, for example, a high roundhouse? We have what? You can show me the defense. Anyone know? You can do this one. This wasn't very strong, JD, if you're just blocking like a 360. But what can you do? Have we done a lot of this? So you have 2 or 3 contact points. Does that sound familiar? 2 or 3 contact points? So if I'm in a fighting stance and I'm facing this way, and this would be a right leg roundhouse kick coming to my head. One hand would be up to protect my face like this, and it's across my body, as you can see. The other one would be over here. So I have a fist and I have a shoulder. This would be the other contact points. So if a roundhouse kick comes, I would go like that. So I have a real nice strong wall here to defend it. I'm not just using one arm, because that would be pretty devastating a lot of times to your arm. I have a real strong wall. There's also something called 2 contact points. And at that, I'm just doing this. So maybe I didn't see it in time. Maybe I was just thinking about a counter attack, something else. I could use 2 contact points. So we either have 3 contact points or 2 contact points. Third would be adding this in. If I did it on the other side, like this. So you could practice both sides. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm feeling like a little wax on, wax off a little right here, which is totally different than what I'm doing, but it's kind of what it feels like because you have to rotate your hands and figure out which one goes where. All right, good. Now remember, always tucking your chin. You don't want to be like this, blocking with a roundhouse kick. Never have your head up like that. As low as you can, as turtled in as you can. I get knocked out all the time, so I do not want to have my head more exposed. It's a common problem for me, sadly. All right, here we go. So I'm going to throw a roundhouse kick at you. Throwing it with this leg, so it's going to your head, and you do the 3 contact points. Remember, shoulder, fist, hand, bury your head. Hands are up, ready, and 1. Good. Go. Go. Good. Now, instead of dropping the fist, make sure it's in line with your shoulder. It's got to be in line with your shoulder, so that way it hits that contact too. You don't want to just absorb it with your shoulder, especially if your shoulder's subluxate like mine do. And go. Good. Awesome. Great, let's do the other side. That's it. Terrific. All right, now I'm going to throw either leg. I'm trying to throw slowly, but the camera, I think with zoom, always makes it look like it's like super fast. Unless that's just in my mind, right? Good. All right. Now I'm going to throw front kick, side kick, roundhouse kick. You got all the different defenses. If sometimes you use this one versus this one, it's what it is. It's the best you got, right? Because it's going to be hard for you to tell if I'm going medium or high here. You know, so you just do whatever you can. Side kick, you would treat the exact same way as a front kick, though. Hands are up. Here we go. I will always try to do it 2 times. So that way, if you didn't get it the first time and you realize it, you're going to get it the second time. Good. Josh, this one for roundhouse. Yeah. There, good. Look at how my body is set up before the kick. So sometimes we have to start doing stuff like noticing the body more when we're training on a camera. And it's not quite as obvious, right? So if you start to see my back like that, you know I'm going to be throwing a side kick. Tricked you. That was a front to a roundhouse. That was a hard one. Good. All right, time. Excellent. Everyone come on in and unmute. If you can. Do you guys have any questions about what we did today? Remember, you're unmuted, so you can actually speak. We're so used to shaking our head and stuff.